All right, we are joined by CSU Bakersfield Roadrunners head coach Greg McCall, student athletes Alyssa Shannon and Erica Williams. Coach, if you just want to give us your general thoughts on the game.
I thought it was a very intense game. Seattle did a really good job coming out with a lot of energy, and we knew that coming in. It's hard to try to beat a team 3 times, and I thought we did a good job of matching that intensity. Then we put ourselves at another level of intensity in the second half, and I thought that was a big turn for the game. I thought the biggest play of the game was when Tylene Carter went for the offensive board, missed it, then went back and got the hustle play, and I thought that was a huge turning point of the game for us, and that put us even at another higher level of intensity. I thought Alyssa Shannon's defense on best was really good. I thought she did a really good job against her. That was one of those things that we always say, that it starts with Alyssa, and when she brings her energy and effort and she's all over the place, all over the floor, we really always have a good chance of winning the game.
Okay, open up for questions.
Coach, just talk a little bit about the difficulty of playing, that's twice in 5 days playing against Seattle, and the challenge that presented, and then maybe what was different about this game than there was on Saturday night?
Well, one of the things was Joan did a really good job. Coach did a good job, and I just want to take hats off to her and to Seattle. But she did a good job of making an adjustment in their zone versus our offensive zone sets. It kind of gave us a little bit of problems here and there at first, until once we figured out what she was doing, and then we made an adjustment to that. But it's always difficult when you're trying to play a team that close together. But it's something that we have done before. We've been there before when we did the same thing against Utah Valley. We played them at home, our last home game. We had to turn right back around and play them in the first round here. So it's something that we were used to, but at the same time, it's still always a difficult challenge.
Let me ask you also, Erica, start with just, what was on your mind coming in as far as, early on, it looked like both teams were going to be a little bit tight. Did you feel the nerves a little bit of this tournament, or were you pretty relaxed?
No. This is my 3rd year. I've been, ever since we got into the WAC, I've been here, so the nerves weren't really there, and I was feeling comfortable because of the fact that we played Seattle 2 other times, and we had got a win against them, so I've always learned to just relax. Can't let pressure get to you like that.
Let me ask Alyssa, just, the beginning of the game, it was a little bit slow going. In fact, I don't think you took your first lead till maybe 3 minutes to go in the second quarter. Just, what was the challenge of maybe trying to get, maybe out of a little bit of, maybe, I'm not sure if it was a rut early in the game, but at least, to get a little bit consistency, out of that beginning of the game?
Well, like Coach said, Seattle, you did a good job of coming out with a lot of energy. So, it was just us matching their energy and staying consistent the whole entire game, because we knew, even though we started off slow, that our shots were going to fall eventually. So it was matching their intensity and, like he said, taking it to another level.
Questions back here?
Yeah, Coach, obviously, get a rematch tomorrow against UTRGV.
Yes.
What is the mentality coming off of this rivalry game going into tomorrow's rivalry game?
Well, we know it's going to be another tough challenge, and we split with them. They beat us at their place, and then we beat them at our place. And last year they got us here, and so we're looking forward to that challenge. We know it's going to be tough. We know it's going to be a battle out there, especially starting at the guard spot with Golf, who was the MVP. And Alyssa, it's going to be a battle out there with them too. And so I know Alyssa is looking forward to that challenge. It's always going to be a tough game. They do a really good job preparing, especially for us because of such a huge rival game. But we're looking forward to that challenge.
For Greg and Alyssa, can you talk about the confidence of this team right now and the swagger? On the bench, even when the shots were falling in the first half, you start hitting them in the second half. The bench is pretty high. Just talk about you guys expect to win these games. Yes,
we're a team of a different level now, and it's something that we have been talking about. Actually, last year after the tournament was over with, we had been talking about leadership and how we're going to be for next year, and it took a long time. And I told our players the other day, I said that You know, sometimes you pray for things, and God doesn't answer when you think he's supposed to answer. He's going to answer when he's ready for it. And so he's coming through now for us with that leadership ability with Alyssa and with Badabe and Deji. They're leading us. And then Erica Williams, she's our energy. She talks all the time on the floor. That's what she brings. And then with her presence out there on the offensive end, that's what they're bringing. And so now we're looking at our team as just somebody that's at a whole nother level of play. And that confidence, like you said, is there. Even when we're missing shots, our bench is still so energized. We're still so into it because we know that can turn at any moment. And we, especially on the defensive end, we create some easy shots and get some steals for some fast breaks. I think that turns a tide of a game a lot of times.
Just to piggyback off Coach, I also think that we really have a different mindset, starting from our starting five all the way down to those people that might not get as much playing time. And I feel like that mindset coming in differently, knowing even when we hit adversity, which we've seen this whole entire season and we've had to overcome. So already experiencing adversity and knowing how to deal with it and knowing we have one goal, and that's to get to the NCAA tournament. So nothing's going to stop us. So when you talk about that swagger, that's that mindset. We're getting there. So it's just staying together through the good and the bad and just getting these wins.
Coach, can you maybe just talk about the improvements you need going into the next game? In the fourth quarter, it seemed like you guys weren't hitting those shots, and what was it that wasn't getting the ball in the basket?
Well, sometimes it could be, jitters, beginning of the game jitters. Like players like Addie, first time being out there on the floor. Deji, she had a year off last year. She wasn't out there. This is her first time being back. As you could tell, it took her a while to warm up and get going. But it's just those jitters sometimes, just that first game, and it's a whole nother level of play because if you lose, you go home. And that's something that we didn't want to do. We wanted to make sure, and we knew that coming in that we had to match that intensity. But we knew if we keep shooting those same shots, we settle down, relax, shoot those same shots, the game is going to come to us and we're going to play our style of play. And those same shots were there. The exact same shots that we were shooting and missing early on, they were there in the second part of the game and toward the end of the game. And we were knocking them down then. And just being comfortable. Erica Williams this is her time of year. She steps up every year at this time of year. We wish we had it early on, but hey, no time like that better now. So we very excited about the fact that she's stepping up and making those big shots for us.
Okay, we got time for one more.
Just one more for Alyssa. Third time around, last time around, what's going through your mind in the senior year, and how does it feel to be representing Bakersfield as a Stockdale product and on this big stage?
It feels amazing to be here, being a Bakersfield native, being able to represent my community. I think, like I said earlier, it's just a mindset of going in. This is it for me. I won't be back here, so it's all or nothing. And when I step on the floor, I have on my game shoes last game, so it's just a matter of me as well as my teammates going in there and playing like it's our last game, and we'll get it done.
All right, thank you, and we'll see you on Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you.